Get on that beat, friends. Get on that beat. How are you this evening? I hope that you are well and off to a great start. Listen, on last week, we focused on apologizing in 2021. And of course, this week, we need to focus on forgiving in 2021. Now, if you like the videos that I've been sharing with you since the beginning of the year, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, like, share, comment. Yes, I have a new YouTube channel. You can look up Miss CEO, Miss CEO. And again, subscribe, like, share, comment. I will greatly appreciate it. And I love the fact that I have so many supporters for Get On That Beat. Listen, this week we are focusing on forgiving. Our series for February is Matters of the Heart. And just as much as apologizing is a heart issue, forgiving one another is a heart issue. Now, I know you say, Melandra, listen, I can apologize, but forgiving somebody? Okay, I get it. Listen, that's an area that I'm still working in too, because depending on what the situation was, what trauma, what pain, what happened that made it go sour, determines how quickly we forgive. But friends, can I remind you of this? Someone had to forgive you. Someone has to forgive you. Why? Because we've done things to people that we may not be so proud of, that we may not discuss with others, that only God knows about. And we may ask God for forgiveness, but we've got to learn to forgive others. In the book of Ephesians, we are reminded that we should be kind and compassionate to one another, making sure that we forgive just as much as Christ or God forgives us. And so in order for us to receive forgiveness, friends, we have to forgive. Well, Melandra, you just don't know what my parents did to me, or what that man did to me, or what that woman did to me, or what my child did to me, or what my coworker, my supervisor did to me. And you are absolutely right. Any form of abuse, be it physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, domestic, financial, sexual, any form of abuse is wrong. And righteously, I would say we have every right to be angry and possibly even not forgive. But friends, that's not the way we want to move forward in 2021. We've got to heal. We've got to move forward. And we've got to forgive. Join me in part 2 of this session as we talk about barriers that keep us from forgiving others. What are some things that goes on within us that may prevent us from forgiving and still trying to move forward? That's kind of tough to do. I want to share with you in our next session, friends. Until then, go to my YouTube channel, Miss CEO. Subscribe, like, and share. I want you to have a great start of the week. I look forward to meeting with you again. Have a great rest of the week. And as always, get on that beat. Bye. Get on that beat, friends. Good evening to each and every last one of you that is viewing this video. Listen, before we get started, if you like the videos that I have been creating, please visit my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share. All of my videos are on there. Look for YouTube at Miss CEO, Miss CEO. Thank you to everyone who has already subscribed. I truly appreciate it. Listen, on Monday, we began talking about forgiveness in 2021. I posed the question, can we forgive? To forgive or not forgive? That is the question. And I began to talk to you, friends, about how it is not easy, but it's necessary for our character development, for our peace, for our lives, and that it's even a requirement as it relates to God's word. And so I told you to come back later this week and join me as we continue to examine this topic and also examine our hearts, friends, because this month we are focusing on matters of the heart. Out of the heart flows the issues of life. And just as much as apologizing is a heart issue, forgiving one another is a heart issue. That takes place in the heart, friends. Now, Google defines forgiveness as the ability to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, a flaw, or mistake. And I told you on tonight, friends, that I wanted to share with you barriers that keep us from forgiving others. If I can be honest with you, friends, there are some people who are deceased that some of us have not forgiven. You made a vow, I'll never forgive that man, that woman, my mom, my dad. I will never forgive that person for what he or she did to me. And some of those people are 6 feet under. Friends, you are still able, to forgive in 2021. So what are some barriers that keeps us from forgiving? This is not an end-all be-all. These are just some serious ones that I feel prohibits us from moving forward. One is reliving or rehashing the event. In our minds is a powerful tool, friends. And in our minds, in our conscious, in our subconscious, we will replay events, the trauma, the pain, the things that happened that was caused by someone else from our childhood, our teenage life, our young adult life, our current life, our previous relationship, whatever happened on the job. We will replay something. And when we do that, friends, guess what? It causes us to get angry all over again, even to the point that we become bitter. We may become depressed. We may become offended. All right, all over again. Something that happened 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago. We are still replaying or rehashing that part of our lives instead of getting the help, the support, or asking God to heal us from what happened, that tragic event. Can I be honest, friends? Many of the things that happened that was done by someone else wasn't even our fault, especially as children. Traumatic things wasn't even our fault, but it happened, and we keep reliving it. We're grown, getting older, but we keep reliving and rehashing, and that is stopping us from forgiving that individual or individuals. Another barrier are triggers. Friends, there are things that can happen, sounds, movements, behaviors that someone can give off that don't even know about your situation or what happened to you, that will cause you to go back in time and remember and think about what somebody from your past did to you, and you can't forgive them. You simply can't forgive them. Something triggered you. Different things in your environment, in your world, around you, that sends you back in time and causes you to think about that person, and you can't forgive them. Friends, we've got to be healed from triggers. We've got to be healed from rehashing and reliving the past. And the last barrier that keeps us from forgiving is wanting an apology are wanting that person to pay for what they did. Some of us, we refuse to forgive because we are expecting an apology, or we want that person to pay for what they did. We want that person to experience the hurt, that the pain, the trauma that they caused us. I've been there. I've been there. And righteously, we have a right to feel that way. Because again, any form of abuse, verbal, emotional, sexual, domestic, spiritual, financial, mental, any form of abuse of power, it's wrong. And so, yeah, we want people to pay. We want that person to pay for what they did. We want an apology, and a sincere apology. But friends, can I tell you, most of the times, many of the things that we go through in life, we're not going to get an apology. And we have to be okay with that. We simply have to be able to say, you know what, God, you're going to have to help me with this one. The person is not, you can go to that person if you want to. Hey, you owe me an apology. That person, you have to be prepared to know that that person is simply not going to apologize. We can't make people apologize. We cannot make them feel remorseful as much as we want them to. We can't do it. And so that's where we have to seek the help, the therapy, the support that we need so that we can heal from the inside out. God is that source, friends. I ask God to give me a heart of forgiveness. I do. That is one of my personal prayers. God, give me a heart of forgiveness and give me a pure and clean heart. He already knows who's going to hurt us, cause us pain and trauma. It's no surprise to him. It's a surprise to us, but it's no surprise to him. And we often wonder why. Why did this have to happen? It's not fair. But friends, he loves us enough that he wants us to be made whole. We have to allow him to forgive us. And friends, we have to remember there's someone who has to forgive us as well. We're not perfect, and we have done some things to some people that was wrong. And guess what? We didn't apologize, and we're probably not going to apologize. Let's just be honest. We've all done some things to some people, some hurtful, painful, traumatic things that we very well may not apologize for. And so, friends, in 2021, let's work on forgiving one another, asking God to help us to forgive, as well as apologizing. It's not easy, but it's necessary for our character development. Ask God to give you a forgiving heart, a heart of forgiveness, a pure and a clean heart. I promise you he will. I promise you he will. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with him. Forgive and apologize, friends. I love you. I pray that God gives you what you need in this year, the help, the strength that you need to continue to grow from the inside out. Continue to have a great week, friends. Get on that beat and forgive in 2021. Take care. Bye-bye.